So the plan for today, I have a data set. It is from a study, not necessarily mine, but it is a real data set, and I want to try and do some code. I want to try and make some R analysis. We'll see how that goes. I've got R working. Look at that. That's R. Wait a second. I've got my broken mouse. Oh my gosh, I'm not prepared at all. What am I doing? Let me plug in my actual working mouse. Goodness gracious. Nothing but professionalism here. We're good to go. This is RStudio. RStudio is a IDE, so a development environment, which is used for R. And R is a scripting language for statistical analyses. So it's often used by academics to do analysis on their data sets because it's open source, you can use it for free, and it's easily reproducible. Today I've got 2 data sets spread across 5 files, and I need to combine 4 of the files into one file, and then the other one's on its own. It's separate. We can do that separately. And I need to try and remember how to do basic things like importing a CSV, so that's good. Oh, I probably don't even have any of my... I might not have any of my packages installed. I had planned for this to not be scuffed. In most coding languages, you have packages, which are like basically neat little contained sets of code, and they give you extra functions that are very, very useful. I'm using tidyverse because that's all I know. But yeah, it's really good for data manipulation, so we're going to be doing that. Ignore that. The conflicts are fine. They're not a problem. Second thing I need to do is I always set my working directory to where I've stored my script, because that way you can just like not paste in entire file paths. I need to read in the CSV. So a CSV is just a fancy type of, well, it's not fancy at all actually. It's pretty much as simple as we get. It's like the most simple that we can possibly get, but it's a comma separated values file, so it's where we're storing our data. Unfortunately for me, I've got a very bad memory for syntax, so I need to remember how to actually import it. I think it's like read.csv or something like that. You can check. I've got a cheat sheet. Read.csv, that's the one. Okay, read.csv, and then you put the file path. Because I've already set my directory to the source file location, I can just put in the name of the file here. And then we want to assign it a data frame. It's just a way to store values in a kind of fancy 2-dimensional way. So I think we are going to make a series of data frames and then join them together. Please explain in rubber duck terms. Honestly, this whole thing is just going to be me rubber ducking to all of you. I was trained in SPSS, and then I've tried to like self-teach R. When I'm doing R in front of other people, they're always like, oh, you're advanced, you know what you're doing. And I'm like, not really, I just know how to Google things. I have no idea what I'm doing. So this little thing with the hash symbol here is a comment. Please, please, please comment your code. Otherwise, nobody knows what you're doing, including me. I look back at my old stuff that I haven't commented and I'm like, what was I doing? I literally don't know what I was doing. Leave R, join Python. Yeah, I really need to learn Python. In psychology, not even in psychology, in life sciences in general, I swear R is more common. Python is way more common when I talk to people in physics or machine learning. When I talk to people in those kinds of fields, they seem to use more Python. And then when I talk to people in like psychology and biology, it seems to be more R. Probably because this is not made for people with any kind of programming knowledge. So R iterates from 1. I can tell you right now I will iterate from 0 at some point, and then I'll be like, why isn't it working? Okay, what do I need to do now? I need to combine the data sets. Wait, I need to turn this off very quickly. So basically I'm checking whether the consent question has got the name of the university in it, because it will be an open data set. It isn't yet, but I was also asked to please not disclose where it's from. Not because it's going to cause them any problems, but just because it's still a work in progress. And it does have the thing that I was questioning. So I need to write a thing, first of all, that combines all of these data sets. I think that they're all exactly the same. First thing I'm going to do is combine them, and then the second thing I need to do is remove consent question. The consent question is a very, very long thing because it says the direct text of what was in the survey. That's why I need to do this. It literally says like, I consent to have my data being processed and stored by this specific researcher at this specific university. And I've been asked not to share that. I think I can just change it to a true or false statement. But actually now that I'm talking out loud, I'm realizing that there's a second consent thing at the end of the questionnaire, so I can just filter by that. If I combine the separate data sets into one big data set, and then I filter them by whether or not that person completed the consent questionnaire at the end, then I will only have people that have consented to have their data used. It will also remove all of the uncompleted responses. So I think that's probably the best option all round. This is very much giving you insight into my thought process. I'm just thinking out loud. You are literally just my rubber ducks today. You are the rubber side duckies. Why not use a VS Code plugin? I normally do. But yeah, so I've got Git integrated into VS Code. I don't want to do that because then everyone will see my email. And I know that if I go into VS Code, everyone will be able to email me at my personal email address, which is probably not ideal. So I need to do a join. What type of join am I doing? I want them to be all independent. I'm going to just ask ChatGPT. This is the answer. I get all the join things like mixed up. This is the problem. I don't know how to describe this, but literally just like this. I can't spell. Oh my gosh. This is not ideal. I just need to work out by what, but I'm not doing by anything. Is this going to work? Let me just see what this does. That's not going to work because I've not specified a by. Oh, wait a second. Did it work? Wait, I can't do maths. Is that right? No, something's not right here. I am no maths whiz, but I don't think that 153 plus 91 makes 142. Keeps all observations in X and Y. So why has it got rid of something? Interesting. Oh, wait, I know what it is. I know what it is. The first two rows in the data sets. I think they're both metadata for the survey questions because they've been exported directly from Qualtrics, which is a survey software that everyone uses and everyone hates. So I think that's what the issue is here. We're big brain. We're big brain. Okay, good, it worked. We got 600. We want consent to. This is the question that we're after. So we're going to be filtering by consent to, because if a participant didn't give their consent, they shouldn't be here. So we're going to do data final. We're going to assign it back onto it because that's going to overwrite what's in there. Consent to equals... Oh gosh, what are the options? Let me just quickly check what the options are. I think this will work. So this is the name of the column that we're gonna filter by. And then this is what we're looking for. If it doesn't say this, it shouldn't remain in the data set. I don't know if that includes... No, that does include... Okay. I think there's a lot of unfinished responses in this data set. So I think that that will also filter out the NA values. It did not work. Okay. Ah, I'm silly. I'm silly. Very basic error there. I forgot to actually do my piping. There we go. Okay. So now we've got 207 observations. Nice. Maybe you could protect the data using an MD5 hash, which would make the data unreadable unless you have a key. That is probably beyond my capabilities. Don't worry, there's no IP addresses in this. There's only generated response IDs, which mean nothing. Also, there were some open text box questions, and before the stream, I went through and made sure there was nothing identifiable in them. If you say to people like, hello, please can you describe this specific thing about your life, but don't put anything identifiable in there, then they will sit there and be like, here is all of the information that could identify me. It's very frustrating. The question literally said, like, don't put any identifiable information, and then people were like, here is my place of birth, and here is where I currently work, and this is the town that I live in. By the way, it's only got a population of 6,000 people. What should we do? Should we run a correlation? Actually, I should have a look at their pre-registration and see what they were gonna do. Correlations, that sounds good. That sounds good. Although first I guess we need to calculate scale variables. I didn't get a PDF explaining what these are, but if I can work out what they are, then I will be able to calculate the scale, and then I will be able to work out how can we correlate things. That sounds like a plan. But the thing with like scientific data sets like this is that it's genuinely really hard to work out what to do with them when it's not your data set. With this, obviously it's just like threat 1, threat 2, threat 3, threat 4. What is that? I don't know what that is. Yes. Okay, I found a printout of, not a printout, but like a PDF, which is literally just a direct export of the survey. So I can work out what things are with this. That's good, that's good. I'm just gonna make notes. I'm guessing the more they agree, the higher the threat. And also that makes sense in terms of coding, because then all of the analyses can be done in terms of a higher score is more threat. Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. Right, let's look at the scale, let's look at the scale. Women. Women, am I right? I promise that there's context of that. I just don't know if I'm allowed to read out the scale, actually. It looks like 2 is meant to be reverse coded. 3 is meant to be reverse coded. 5 is reverse coded. 6 is also reverse coded. When I say reverse coded, I mean the score goes in the other direction. So a higher score means less threat, which is not helpful for our analyses. I'm looking through the scale and seeing what parts are going in the other direction. Those are the ones that are reverse coded. So I need to code those in the opposite direction. So I will need to write a recoding script. I think there's a scales package that does that. I think the easiest way to do this is to assign the values. So it's a 1 to 5 Likert scale. So strongly disagree is going to be 1. Like slightly disagree is 2. Also, I think that these are actually 2 separate scales that have been combined together. Commented code. Yeah, it's for me. I'm so small brained. I look at my code, and if it's not commented, I can't remember what I'm doing. I comment my code because I have a skill issue. I wish I was joking. So I'm just going to go through the whole thing and reassign them. Again, this is probably something I could loop. Unfortunately, I'm not good at coding. Tidyverse cheat sheet. Where are you? There you are. Nothing bad is going to happen to me if I don't get this done. It's just like the longer that I'm looking at this, the more annoyed I'm getting. Do you know what I mean? When like you know how to do something and you just cannot remember how to do it. Right, hang on. Value mapping. Okay, and then it says, basically you just take all of the scale values and you just assign it a value like that. And then that will be stored in a matrix. And then we map that matrix on top of this. That's a thing now. And then, allegedly, we want to data final, and then we want to assign the same thing again, but this time, no. This time no, there we go. I'm just functionally incompetent. I can't type. And then we want to do mutate. That's some kind of change to the data set. Oh, this says to add a new column. No, I want to overwrite the existing column. Why is so much coding just like looking up documentation and stuff? I want to convert a Likert scale into a numeric. Oh, wait, can I just stack if else? Is that cursed? That might be cursed, but I might do it anyway. No, because then I'm just going to have to copy and paste it for every single column. Not ideal. Rage gamers are over, bring on the rage programs. Genuinely, I'm actually going to rage quit. This is annoying me so much. I want to iterate through 30 columns. No. And then I want to convert strongly agree to 1, lightly disagree to 0, 2, etc. Strongly disagree to 5. And then I want this to be applied within the existing column. Please tell me how. My family are dying. In each iteration of the loop, col name takes on the value of the next column. We're starting at x7.threat1, data final. This is what we're trying to do. Data set. No, data final. There we go. There we go. Right, we got this. We got this. Let's see if this works. It didn't work. Oh, I didn't change the name of the value mapping. That's why. Yes, it worked. Yes. Oh, wait. No, that didn't work. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It zeroed out the whole data set. 50 or more warnings? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a warning. It's just a warning. It's just a warning. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. If you want to apply transformation to a specific range of columns, you can specify those columns in a vector. Iterate over that vector instead of all the column names. Our data set has returned. Well, this is an adventure. When I'm writing code for like my own data sets that I know, I swear I'm better than this. Also, the secret is that I normally just go back to my previous scripts and copy things, so I've forgotten how to do a lot of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it's just 10. It literally says 10. I need to... Okay, we got there. Whole names, and then we want to do data final, and then we're iterating through column 66 to, I literally just said this is fine, 96. I'm really not helping the thing where everyone's like, psychology isn't real STEM. I'm not helping this right now. Does this work? No. Right, third time lucky, third time lucky. We can do this, we can do this. So what's the thing that I'm getting? Neither agree nor disagree. That's right. Oh, it's or. It's or. Okay. Wow. That's terrible grammar. Yes! Oh dear, there's still NAs. What the heck? No, okay, right. No, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. I see what I've done here. I've accidentally mapped this onto the same this, which is meant to be the iterator value. Why is there still 19 warning? So it says or in one part of the columns, and it says nor in a different set of the columns. So I'm going to do this. This seems like the most sensible thing to do. Yes! Success! We have managed to do it after so much struggle, after trials and tribulations. We have managed to map the values. Yes! It's the code. It's rotting my brain. The code is giving me brain worms. This we can just assign manually because I know which ones it is. x7.threat_2. We might even have a scale by the end of this. Isn't that wild? Whole select. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then we need to do the value mapping. A bit easier this time, actually. I think, okay, there's definitely a package to do this now. Okay, column select. So we've got our columns. We want to change the values again. These specific variable names. We want to reverse scale so that 5 becomes 1, 4 becomes 2. This will be a simple reassignment. Surely I can iterate through this again. So surely it's going to be 4, let's do I2. In whole select R, we need our little curly brackets because they're very important. And then I guess we're doing data final again. I2, because that's our new iterator. And then we're reassigning that. Surely I can do mutate. Data final pipe and then mutate. I just broke things. I swear there's a package that does this. I sip my tea in contemplation. It's just to mutate the entire column and reassign it within the mutate. But I don't know if that works within a loop. This is the part of coding that I don't understand how to do this on a daily basis. Is your job just constantly Googling documentation? I think this should work. Oh, select. Hopefully that will work. I don't know if it will. You know what? I'm going to assign these into a variable. Yes. Good. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. We got this. I hate it when it just gives you things. There's no reason why. Oh wait, it just subtracts the value from 6, effectively reversing the numbers between 1 to 5. For example, 5 becomes 1, 4 becomes 2, and so on. Okay. And then apparently mutate at would have only done it at these. I didn't need to select, but I feel more comfortable with select. What's test doing? What's test doing? So 5, 5, 5. Okay, this top one's just all 5s. Let's see if this changes to all 1s. Yes, okay, that works. That works. That's good. Well, it did do the right thing because it's taken the original data set and it has indeed converted it to 1s like it should have been. Right, we've got our scales. We need to do the same thing with this manipulation check variable. I'm also wondering whether we should just rename some of the columns. These columns are kind of annoying. That would have been a sensible first thing to do. How can I check the column number? 56, okay. And then manipulation check 10 is 65. Cool. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that before. Hope that this works. If it doesn't, I'm going to cry. Makes more sense to be here. There we go. Okay. This unsure on number 4 should be 3. Yeah, okay, cool. That was right. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I don't need this bit because there's no reverse coded variables. So now we need to mean code scores. Yippee! There's a way to do a mean across a column, across many columns even. I don't remember how. Time to Google. Can put a row means within mutate. Perfect. I can do that. Data final. Then we're reassigning it on top. Data final. Mutate. Manipulation check. Row means spelling x7.threat through 19. So this should give us a new variable on this. So it should say 159 variable. Not work. Okay, good. Where is the error? X must be an array, at least 2 dimension. Oh, wait a second. Do I need to do a select within here? Yeah. Then that work now. It's made it worse. Oh dear. Apparently it's not a numeric or an integer, even though here it's literally reassigning it as a numeric. Oh, wait, okay, so the issue is not that. The issue is select. Okay. Let's see if this works better. Row means... How does row means work? Maybe I don't even need to pipe this, actually. Maybe this can just go like that. I think this is it. What are these brackets doing? That's the select. That's the row means. Okay, it did something. Yes, there's a new variable. Amazing. Okay. Oh, yes! Yes! It worked! Right, we got this working. That's good. And I think I can do multiple ones, right? Hopefully I can do it like this, otherwise... pain. Watch as this breaks now. Ah! But what if I just do it the other way? Yes! I'm on a roll! I'm too powerful. ZSB.cn. ZSB.cn underscore 1, 2, 9. And then we want 10 to 20. Look at that. I think we've got it. And then we can change this to data set, data final. And then this should increase by 4. So it should be 162. Big brain moment. We've got our scale variables. That means that we can now work out some averages, do some descriptives, and do some correlations. Correlation is very easy. It's like this. Core test. Wait, how does it work? It's easy. Proceeds to forget how it works. So you just put in the 2 variables. Ooh. There is indeed a correlation. As threat goes up, so does ZSB. By quite a lot, actually. 0.618? That's a pretty big correlation. Is there a way to do a correlation matrix between a whole bunch of stuff, actually? That would make more sense. Oh, you can just use the core function. Then it should output a table. Yeah, no, we can just do that. We can just load the things that we're interested in into a data frame. That should output a correlation matrix. Yeah, success! What have we got here then? Manipulation check. They're just testing whether whatever they were doing in this experiment actually matches with what they think it's going to do. That is a measure of conspiracy theory beliefs. So conspiracy theory beliefs, that's pretty much what it says on the tin. It's how much they believe in conspiracy theories. Threat is intergroup threat. So that's how much they are feeling threatened by another social group, or how much they feel like a group is threatening their own group. Zero sum beliefs, which is the extent that they think that gains for the out-group is going to cause losses for their in-group. And then there is collective narcissism, which is an unstable, very, very strongly positive, but unstable belief in the status of your own group. So it's like narcissism, but on the group level, basically. What this is telling us is that conspiracy theory beliefs are correlated with how much threat that they feel from a outgroup, which makes sense. Because conspiracy theories are basically just built around this idea that some kind of evil group is doing things in secret. There is a strong correlation between threat and zero-sum beliefs, which also makes sense because if you think that a group gaining something means that you lose something, then that probably is going to make you feel threatened by them. And then collective narcissism and threat also correlates very, very strongly, which also makes sense. Collective narcissism is basically like, you feel like your group's really good, but they don't really get the recognition that they deserve, constantly seeking validation that the group is good. But that in turn leads to stronger kind of differentiating processes between various social groups. That's how I understand it anyway. There's also a positive correlation between collective narcissism and zero-sum beliefs. You see the other group as potentially trying to take away the things that your group rightfully holds. The two that don't really seem to correlate that much is zero-sum beliefs and conspiracy theory. And I guess that kind of makes sense because like zero-sum beliefs don't really lend themselves onto conspiracy theories in general, because like the whole idea with conspiracy theories is that it's some kind of elite group that's manipulating things. There's not really much that they can gain by you losing. They already have everything. There does appear to be a little bit of a correlation between these, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just overlapping variants, the same kind of things explaining all of them. That's my interpretation of what I'm seeing here. I don't know. I'm just an anime girl. What would I know? We've got our correlation matrix. So we've achieved what we set out to do today. I think this is a successful round. I am done with R. There's no more R today.